Hello viewers, my name is Chase Clover and this is not WWE, my bad. I've been watching Zach's WWE gameplays, so I've been watching like all 20 of them. Anyway guys, my name is Chase Clover and this is my review on the January 7th, 2015 edition of USW Wednesday Night Intensity number 104. No Forgiveness 2015 is about 2 weeks away at this point. I'm doing this review on Wednesday, the 14th of January, because I've been very busy, so I haven't really been able to do much. I'm only going to get to the points that were interesting, and there were a few points, and I'm not sure if I'm going to talk about some, but I'll get to those when I get to them. Anyway, we're going to start off the review. We start off with a match. CED and ED defeat TJ and Wilbur. CED and ED cut a promo about TJ and Wilbur's involvement in their tag team division. And they pretty much just say that they haven't done much and they won't do anything in their time as a tag team. And that's pretty much all they say. We get into the second match, which was Dwayne Porter defeating Brandon Stickler. Afterwards, Dustin Raymond comes out and tells Dwayne Porter that he is nothing without he would be nothing without his help from their previous rivalry. And since they're getting back into that, it's going to get very dangerous for Dwayne Porter, and I like the story promos that they're bringing up with Dustin Raymond and Dwayne Porter. They're different, they're interesting, and they bring a lot of interest towards their match that I am expecting to happen at No Forgiveness 2015. It's rumored that they're planning to have this rivalry go until 2015's Called Greatness 10, but we'll just have to see. What else? Let's see. Third match was Titanfall defeating Rain. And afterwards, Titanfall goes on a search for Crimson Red, so he just looks for him throughout the entire night, and that's pretty much all that happens there. Rain, I'm not sure what they're doing. I've been hearing that USW is planning to do these two tag teams with Hanasli and I think Amor, which will be called Case, K-A-S-E, and then there's Reigning Standard, which is Rain and D-H-I-G. So that should be interesting, and I'm looking forward to their involvement in the tag team division this year. We'll find out what happens going on. So that's pretty much that. Afterwards, we get the fourth match, which is Washington, who debuted a week before. And this is the 2000. And by the way, before I forget to mention, this is 2015, the first intensity of 2015. Sorry, I'm on a little bit of a rush. Afterwards was the fourth match. It was Washington defeating Alexander Rotten with MC4 in his corner. Alexander Rotten then proceeds to lose and proceeds to beat down on MC4, turning face in the process, and I hear they're doing something with Alexander Rotten. We'll find out what happens later on going into No Forgiveness. Anyway, Alexander Rotten beats down MC4, and then Washington grabs a chair and sits in the middle of the ring looking straight at him, which is pretty much like this, fuck you, this is pretty much to fuck with you playing mind games, and just kind of trying to be intimidating. Washington is new, so I'm not sure if this can work out or if this will work out. He is relatively new, so we'll just have to play it by ear and see what USW decides to do with Washington. I mean, I think he has a lot of potential. I just think that, this rivalry with MC4 will be a good start, and it'll give MC4 a purpose as well, since he hasn't really done much since leaving the Extreme Championship picture. We get into the fifth match, which was Vicious defeating Chris Ross. And afterwards, James appeared on the Motiontron and said that he was somewhere in the Coliseum, and if he could find him before No Forgiveness 2015, then he could beat down on him all he wants. James will not fight back, and that's what Chris Ross does. He goes on a search for James, and we don't see them for the rest of the night, so I'm expecting something to be said on tonight's Intensity, but I have my doubts. I have a feeling they're going to do this until No Forgiveness 2015. And, whatever's going to happen. So we'll just play it by ear and see what the future holds in store for this Chris Ross and James rivalry. I've heard that Chris Ross and James, along with the Simon St. Philip Akron rivalries, will come to an end at No Forgiveness 2015, and then they'll go their separate ways going into Insanity. And I hear that USW is trying to get every one of their performers involved, and also I'll be coming up with a video sooner or later about the performers that USW has released and will be releasing in time come. So that's pretty much that. Sixth match was Benny Franklin with Ezra and Kills defeating Switchblade with Blade. Switchblade and Blade are reunited as a tag team, so glad to see Switchblade and Blade back as a tag team, because they were not doing great as rivals, especially since there was no interest with me on their rivalry with Dwayne Porter and Dustin Raymond. So I'm glad Switchblade and Blade are back as a tag team, back as a unit, and I'm looking forward to what they do in the future. And then after their match, they get attacked by Amor and Hanastli, the team that is now called Case, or will be called Case, as I mentioned before. I like this. I'm expecting this to be like, since Switchblade and Blade are now called Blades, that's their tag team name. It only took them like 2 years to get them this tag team name, but whatever. They get attacked by Case, and it looks like we're gonna have a Blades versus Case rivalry going into No Forgiveness. So I'm expecting that. I'm expecting a lot from that, and I'm hoping that everything goes well with that. Seventh match on the card was Fernandez with Gringo in his corner defeating Lane. Now here's what was very surprising, and I'll talk a little bit about this. Fernandez beats Lane, Gringo comes and celebrates with Fernandez, and Fernandez turns on Gringo and challenges him to a match at No Forgiveness 2015. So now that Marsh Gator and Western Light are out of the International Championship picture, the rivalry is now Fernandez versus Gringo, which were two tag teams that held the tag team gold before. Gringo was on Fernandez's side, and now Fernandez turns on Gringo, which means Gringo is bound to become a face, which means Gringo will be the good guy, Fernandez will be the bad guy, and I'm not sure what to expect from this rivalry, because I have not seen Gringo as a good guy, and I have not seen these two rival before, but I'm expecting a good match at No Forgiveness, and I'm expecting some good booking going into No Forgiveness, so hopefully I'll be interested and intrigued for this match that they'll put on at No Forgiveness 2015, and we'll just see what the outcome happens to be. As I now get my cheat sheet ready, if I can find my cheat sheet, there it is, and then we get into the main event, the 8th match on the card. It is Cannon. It was the Battle Royal for the number 1 contendership for the USW Championship. Cannon defeats Derek Carter, Prophecy, Seth, Lone Wolf, Alex, George Martin, DHIG, and Greyhound. So I'm glad that this happened. My expectations were either Cannon or Lone Wolf, and I'm pretty sure that I got what I rather wanted. We get to have a Cannon versus Zach Hardy rivalry now, and I'm gonna spoil something. I've been hearing rumors about USW trying to get Zach Hardy versus Cannon versus Mosh Ghetto rivalry going into Cold Greatness 10. Being as it is the biggest event of the year, they want something, or they want matches that are big and that are intriguing and are worth watching. So I'm pretty sure this being the main event would be great. If they can't, then oh well. But I've been hearing those rumors, so we're just gonna get Cannon versus Zach Hardy for now, and we'll see what happens going on afterwards. So, Zach Hardy versus Cannon at No Forgiveness 2015 for the USW Championship. Afterwards, Zach Hardy comes out, and Cannon and Hardy face off face to face as the camera fades to black, and the show ends. Key parts of this show were the main event match, Fernandez turning on Gringo, Dwayne Porter and Dustin Raymond storyline, James and Chris Ross, I guess, and that's pretty much these storylines, and as well as the Amor and Hanastli beat down on this reunited Switchblade and Blade. So those are the parts that I liked, those are the parts that were definitely worth watching, and that was my review. So anyway guys, thank you for watching. This was my review on the January 7th, 2015 edition of USW Wednesday Night Intensity number 104. Remember to like, favorite, and subscribe for more. I'll be putting out a video on the official, it is now official logo change for USW, and also the released performers and performers that will be released. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Remember to like, favorite, and subscribe for more. I'm Chase Clover, signing off.